And welcome, 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 ladies and gentlemen, to this very, very, very special episode of Makayla Loves Gymnastics. In a moment, when I gather my technical equipment, gather her up, we are going to be listening to the Gabby Douglas interview with her and the New York Times people. Um, I'm just trying to get my secondary phone together so we can all listen to it. Uh, so how are you guys doing? I'm sorry there is no video to this presentation today. I am nowhere near ready. Um, I got a text from our good Judy Oscar last night about, did you see this Gabby Douglas interview? And I'm like, what? And I'm like, oh shoot, Gabby Douglas finally did an interview. Oh shit. So um I'm ready to listen to it when you guys are. Y'all ready? Here we go. Person of the Week is brought to you by Smartsheet, the enterprise work management platform that enables everyone to work better at scale and operate at peak human. Visit smartsheet.com to learn more. If you give it your all and you don't make it, you can say you gave it your all, because then you know at the end of the day, you're like, oh, there's nothing more I could have done. I'm satisfied. You probably remember Gabby Douglas from the 2012 Summer Olympics, when she became the first Black woman to ever win the individual all-around gold medal in gymnastics. As a member of the Fierce Five team of U.S. gymnasts, Douglas transformed gymnastics and made Olympic history that year at the age of 16. Now, more than a decade later, Douglas is attempting to compete in a rare third Olympic Games at the age of 27. If she succeeds, she'd be one of very few elite gymnasts who qualify for the Olympics in their late 20s. And she's currently in training to do just that. Since breaking Olympic records in her teens, Douglas has had a lot of time to think about all the intense pressure that comes along with athletic accomplishments. In our conversation, she opened up about dedicating her childhood to gymnastics, what it felt like to win a gold medal, and what happens to a champion gymnast after the spotlight fades. I'm Charlotte Alter, senior correspondent for Time, and this is Person of the Week. You guys, we are listening to the Gabby Douglas interview with the New York Times. I'm so glad to get to talk with you.
No, thank you. Should be fun.
Okay, so we're gonna jump right in.
Yeah.
You started gymnastics when you were 6 or 7 years old, and then you started training professionally a few years later. What was your day-to-day life like when you were a kid, and how did you balance being a kid with being an athlete?
I mean, honestly, it was very normal. When I first started gymnastics, it was not that many times a week, so I still had other days and other hours where I could go around and be a kid. I went to public school, so it was really fun. On the playground, I would like con people out of money. I'd be like, hey, for a backflip, give me like 10 coins or something like that. So like
Classic.
Yeah. So it was really manageable as a kid because I didn't do it that many hours.
So here's a question I've kind of always had when I learn about athletes who really get started so early. At 7 years old, how do you really know what excellence is? Like, how did you and your parents know that your talent was a standout talent?
That's such a good question. It's honestly, for me, very hard because standing back and someone looking at you, you say, oh, wow, that girl is good. But, like, especially at a younger age, I could not tell if it was good or not. So, like, I didn't realize the potential and how good I was at that age. But other people around me said, oh, my God.
Hi, everybody. We have more viewers now. So what we're doing is we are watching and reacting to the Gabby Douglas New York Times interview. I decided to do it all audio so YouTube won't gather me together. So I will be commenting throughout the interview. This is my first time listening to it. I'm listening to it
my live reaction right along with you guys. So let's continue. Please like, share, and subscribe, and do all the things on YouTube. Thank you.
Oh my God, this girl is awesome. She could potentially go really, really far.
That's so interesting. So when you're in the middle of a routine, are you saying that you often can't tell whether it's going well or not?
At that age, now I'm like, oh wow, that was really bad, or like I found my legs apart. But at that age, I believe they're still developing your senses and your body. Because when I was looking at like my younger videos, I'm like, wow, did I not know how to squeeze my legs together? This could have been extended more. So I feel like you're just getting used to your body, and oh, let me point more and let me just exaggerate that more. So I always just kind of went in the gym. I'm a daredevil, and I'll just kind of go for those bigger skills. And I've actually never realized how skilled I was until, again, older age. I'm looking around. I'm like, well, why can't you guys twist your arms and do all of that and oversplit? And everyone's like, well, we're not built like you. I'm like, oh, interesting.
So in 2010, when you were 14, you moved from Virginia to Iowa to train with celebrated coach Liang Chow, and you left your family behind.
Yes, get into the questions, girl. Get into the
questions.
questions.
And interesting to be away from your family during those crucial teen years.
Yeah, it was very, very hard. I hit a point in my career, and I was just like, I need to make a switch in gym, the atmosphere, and in coaching. And so Chow came over to the gym that I was training at, and you know, we clicked, and I was like, wow, I want to train with him. And told my mom, and she was like, no. And I told my sisters, come on, like, you got to help me convince her. So finally she did, and she had this logic board. If I don't send her, if I send her. And so the only cons was we'll miss her. And so flew to Iowa. It was very, very hard. And so my mom was with me on the plane, and I had an instant regret because I was like, man, where's the water? Where's the beach? Like, there's all these cornfields and bean fields. Like, what is there to do here? And I was like, did I make the right choice? Like,
you did.
Is this the environment that I'm going to enjoy?
Is it
going to be an even worse environment? But I was like, all right, let's just give it one day at a time.
Yeah.
I was like, don't overwhelm myself with so many things at once. Let's just get in, see how it is, and then take it from there. But, you know, I got in the gym, and I was like, wow, like, I love it, and it was home.
Yeah. So a few months before the 2012 Olympics, you were sort of set on giving up the sport. And you wrote in your memoir that at this time you told your mom, quote, gymnastics is not my passion anymore. I just want to be a normal teenage kid. I'm so homesick. I just want to come home. What was going on with you at that time?
It was right during the ramp-up season before the Olympic Games. And so the numbers were getting a lot.
Girl, I had to pause it. Man, if Gabby Douglas would have stopped right after the damn American Cup and have never continued on to the 2012 Olympic Games. Oh my God. Oh my God. I don't know what I would have done as a gymnastics fan. I don't know if I would have the love I have for the sport right now, because I would still be mad when Jordan Reaver would have went out of bounds or did something stupid and been the Olympics. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. Gabby, I'm so glad you came. For me personally, I'm so glad you came to that decision, girl. Let's continue.
A lot. And the gym was very intense.
What do you mean by the numbers?
The numbers, it's the amount of repetition you do.
Right, okay.
So you have like 5 sets of the routine, which you see on TV, or you have 10 of this or 15 of that. And on top of that, you have conditioning and stretching.
Yeah.
So like everything was being ramped up. But you kind of have to do that in order to be ready to compete at the Olympic Games. And any competition, really, if you want to do your best and go in there and be considered for any team. So I was like, oh, I'm out. Let me work at Chick-fil-A. Let me do another sport. And I was just getting super freaked out. I missed my family as well. And everyone rallied around me. I was like, don't quit.
Wow.
Like, we're almost there. And I'm so glad they did that, because I would have so much regret.
So let's fast forward a little bit. So at the London Olympic Games in 2012, you became the first U.S. gymnast to win the all-around and team titles at the same Olympic Games. And you became the first Black U.S. gymnast to win an Olympic individual all-around gymnastics gold medal. You were only 16. Did you expect to make history that day? I mean, what was that day like for you?
No, it was so surreal. I was told always just go out there, do nothing more, nothing less, do how you do in training, and the results will speak for itself. So, like every competition, that's all I had in mind was just 4 events, do your normal, and you're going to be fine. And that's what I did. And I honestly, to this day, like, never expected to have that sort of impact on people on the sport and in other different sports, even track or like academics. I get so many DMs like, oh my God, Gabby, you really inspired me to get this A, get this spike on this volleyball. It's just insane.
Wow, that must be an incredible feeling to get those kind of messages from people.
It is. And I kind of minimize everything. I'm like, me? Like, what did I do? Like, all I did was gymnastics, the sport I loved. And, you know, everything panned out to be okay. And yeah, I'm honestly still realizing the amount of impact that I've made. It's honestly like I'm so grateful.
So your life changed and the sport changed in the course of just a few minutes. You know, your routine and your wins that day. You woke.
I know we love gymnastics, you know, gymnastics for everyone. We have a lot of African American viewers and a lot of people who support the Black gymnasts. Can we imagine what it would have been like if Gabby Douglas would have quit right after American Cup and never continued on through to the 2012 Olympic Games? What that would have been like for us as the fans? Or would it have been okay because the very next year we would have got Simone? How do y'all think it would have panned out? Okay, let's continue.
You woke up that morning a competitive gymnast and you went to sleep as somebody who had made Olympic history. What was that before and after like for you?
It was crazy. I remember I was icing my whole body because, like, it's the Olympics. You give everything. And, like, at the end of the day, you're like, oh, I need to cry. I need ice bath. And I remember icing, and Marta Crowley, she was head coordinator of gymnastics. And Marta's like, you're going to be famous. And in that moment, I didn't believe her because I'm like, famous? What do you mean? I'm not a celebrity. I just got a gold medal. I thought nothing of it. Yeah. I didn't. And she's like, you're going to be famous. You go back to the States. And we were told to like be in our own bubble, not be on our phones. So I had no idea, you know, all the articles and everything that was happening on the outside world. And they're like, the president wants to speak to you. And it was Obama. He was just like, I want to congratulate you. Like, wow, this is amazing. And I was like, what is happening right now? So yeah, my life switched so quickly, literally overnight.
More with Olympic gold medalist Gabby Douglas on returning to the spotlight as she seeks to qualify for her 3rd Olympic Games when we come back.
Yeah, how you guys are enjoying the interview so far? It's really cute. I really like the questions so far.
When I consider all that humans have achieved, it's hard to imagine what's next as we sit in endless meetings with bottomless inboxes and near constant communication. Imagine what we could accomplish if we actually had time to imagine and purpose.
A lot, and again, so young, I didn't understand. I was like, why does Jay Leno want me, or why does like Jimmy Fallon want me in a show? Like, I just want to go back to the gym and I just want to keep training. I couldn't even go out to like normal family dinner. I couldn't go anywhere without getting mobbed. I remember I was trying to catch a flight and I'm running through the airport, people like running behind me, everyone's screaming like, it's Gabby Douglas.
Wow.
And I remember I was trying to get a burger and this one lady just screamed and everybody in the airport was like, oh my goodness. And one of the pilots came off the flight and was like, why aren't my passengers boarding this flight? And he was like, oh, it's Gabby Douglas. And like it was crazy. It was crazy.
You shut down an airport.
I did. It was crazy. The security guards had to be like, okay, come on, we need to escort her out.
So I want to go back to this idea that at this time when all this happened, when your life changed and when you were so famous that you were stopping airplanes at airports, you were only 16 years old. I mean, that must have been a lot to carry as a very, very young person.
I honestly, I never thought, I mean, it was a huge responsibility because so many people are looking up to you, and I wanted to represent the best of myself.
You did,
sometimes I've talked to other people who have achieved, really enormous success at such a young age. And one of the things some of them say is that they felt like this one part of themselves was really well defined, but that they hadn't gotten to explore all of these other aspects of who they are and all these other aspects of their personality and their interests and other things that they might like or are interested in. Or, did you feel like that at all?
I would have to say I did. After the 2016 Olympics, I honestly didn't do my best, and that Olympics didn't go quite in my favor. But I learned that medals are like...
Girl, I gotta stop the interview right there. In 2016, you did fine. You did fine, girl. Like, you had a mistake on uneven bars in event finals. That was really it. You did the best that you could do. The scores just didn't go your way. I don't think 2016 was bad. If I'm wrong, leave that in the comments. Let's continue. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to our reaction to the Gabrielle Douglas New York Times interview. And I'm sorry that we are doing it all audio. I thought that would be best for, Mama YouTube. So, she won't be trying to copyright strike the channel while we're doing so well. Please like, share, and subscribe. Tell a friend. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. Our very first goal met. Well, we met the 500 subscribers, so we're up to. So our next goal is 1,000 subscribers, and then so on and so forth. But thank you, everybody. I love you guys so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Your girl is literally laying up in the bed, listening to this with you guys. That's the second reason why we're not on camera. Because, honestly, I'm dead ass tired from work yesterday. So, woo! Exactly, John. Like, Gabby did amazing. It's just the scores just didn't go her way. It's not like she fell or anything. She did great in team finals. She just had a mistake on uneven bars in event finals. But I don't think 2016 was a bad Olympics for Gabby. Hell, that's why we argue that she beat Allie in the all-around in prelims, because we think she did so well in quals. Let's continue. But that's how she feels, right? Because, we all feel badly about certain things that we did. Other people think we did really well, and we feel badly. So let's continue. I'm so sorry for the rant.
No, that hurt. Instead of being like, no, I'm good. Let's sweep it up. Honestly, I never thought, it was a huge responsibility because so many people are looking up to you, and I wanted to...
Imagine what we could accomplish if we actually had time to imagine.
Idea that at this time when all this happened, when your life changed, and when
it helps organizations align their people, priorities, and purpose to work more efficiently and transform their
there and be considered for any team. So I was like, I would have so much regret.
So let's fast forward a little bit. So at round gymnastics gold medal, you were only 16.
The results will speak for itself. So like every competition, that's sports, even track or like academics. What did I? I'm so grateful.
So as somebody who had made Olympic history, what was that before and after?
Arda Crowley, she was. Yeah. I did it, and she's...
When I consider all that humans have achieved, it's heartwarming that was invented by humans to help other humans operate at peak.
You can tell she wasn't in the mood.
My life
the entire
flipped upside down very, very quickly. I was flying everywhere. I was working a lot, and again, so young, I didn't understand. I was like, why does Jay Leno want me, or why does Jimmy Fallon want me in a show? Like, I just want to go back to the gym, and I just want to keep training. I couldn't even go out
what it was,
to like a normal family dinner. I couldn't go anywhere without getting mobbed. I remember I was trying to catch a flight. Why aren't my passengers boarding this flight?
At this time when all this happened,
honestly, I never thought, it was a huge responsibility.
like this one part of themselves was really well?
I would have to say I did. After the 2016 Olympics,
this is where
I honestly didn't do my best, and that Olympics didn't go quite in my favor. But I learned that medals or like Grammys or Oscars, they're amazing and they represent your hard work, but it's not who you are. It doesn't define you. You know, you do your craft. That's what you do, but it's not who you are. And it took me a long time to figure that out. And I would always say, like, without my medals, I'm nothing. But I'm still a human being. I still have many other talents to give, much more than just gymnastics. And
that's
so
right,
weird,
girl.
but I guess it makes sense because
that's right.
You start to do the thing every single day. Gymnastics was every single day since I was 6. So gymnastics were like, this is who I am, but it's not who I am.
It's not.
So if you qualify for the USA Gymnastics team in 2024, this will be your 3rd appearance at the Olympics, which is unusual given that the typical career of an elite gymnast might just span 2 Olympic Games. So what does it feel like to be trying to do this thing that so few gymnasts have done?
I'm so grateful for the body that I have, and so grateful that I still can go out on the floor and do what I love. I never wanted to have a hatred for the sport that I love. I don't want to end it that way.
Yeah.
I've never announced retirement. I always kept in the back of my mind, like, we have to finish on a better note. You know, and even my family was saying too, like, even if starting out, you just get back in the gym and you love it again, I think that's a step.
So why did you step away in 2016?
It was a lot. I was going through so much. There was so much controversy with how the team was picked. And
Wait, actually, I don't really know that much about that. What was that controversy?
Wait, they're pretty get into this, T. Okay.
I didn't do my best in 2016, and I know I could have definitely done better and given it my all like I did 2012. And so there was just a lot on the decision on the team making and who was on the team. And so I got a lot of backlash, and even in the Olympics, there was so much that I was getting backlash for, but there was so much going on behind the scenes that people didn't know. And so at that point, I was like, okay, I need to take a break for myself and step back completely and work on me, because it took a lot out of me physically, mentally, emotionally. And so I was like, it was really a lot.
Damn you, Makayla Skinner, once again, bitch. Because of all the negative comments about her even making the team, she was so like, oh, should I even? That's why she was so unhappy during the whole Olympic process, because she knows she wasn't doing her best, yet she knows she was going to make the Olympic team. That makes a lot of sense, everybody. That makes a whole lot of sense. Imagine, like, knowing that, okay, I'm still falling on bars and I'm on beam a lot here. But because of my uneven bars, I know Marta is going to pick me for this team because I'm still slaying uneven bars, even when I'm going out of bounds on floor, or even when I'm falling on beam, or when I'm like taking a big hop or something on vault. But as long as I do what I can do on uneven bars, I know I'm going to make the Olympic team. Remind me, Gabby got 5th at trials. She was picked over Skinner. I think Gabby was actually 6th at trials behind Skinner and Madison. She might have been 7th behind Reagan too, actually. Gabby did kind of bad at Olympic trials. But the one event that she was going to get picked for, they needed her to do bars. She got picked for it. Just so happened with the team selection, she was also the 3rd best all-arounder on that team that Marta was picking for bars. I'm sorry, Makayla Skinner and everybody who are Makayla Skinner, defenders. It was never between Gabby and Makayla. It was always between Makayla and Madison. That was it. It was, do we take a possible bars medalist to the Olympics, or do we take a possible vault medalist to the Olympics? That was it. It was never, ever, ever between. Because either Lori was going to do bars or Lori was going to vault. Lori was not going to do the all around. It was either going to be Madison or Makayla, and they picked the sure bet, which was Madison coaching. Makayla Skinner fans. And I'm so sorry that this stupidness from the damn internet has really affected this girl and really affected her performance in the 2016 Olympics. Now I have a whole other hatred about this whole conversation that I never had before.
A lot. It's feeling like you.
Yes, Gabby was seventh, but Makayla Skinner was also ahead of Madison coaching. And Makayla Skinner don't give that same heat to Madison coaching because both of them girls would have only done one event. Either Makayla was going to vault and Lori was going to do bars, or Madison was going to do bars and Lori was going to vault. That was the conversation. Gabby was always going to make this Olympic team. Let's continue. I'm kind of pissed off now.
You didn't deserve something, but you were given a second chance. But people were still like how people say, like, that's not my president. Like, this is not my ideal team. You should have never been there. You shouldn't have competed USA. Like, you're staining the flag, if you will. This country doesn't want you. And so on top of, like I said, competing,
wow,
I had to deal with that part of not feeling worthy of being on that team.
And I remember at that time there was also all this really kind of problematic discourse about whether you were smiling or not. That must have been very tough.
It was. And there are a lot of times where you're going to be upset. You're going to be mad.
Yeah.
And not at anything else, just at the very fact that I didn't do my best. I mean, is LeBron or some basketball player, another player, like, if they didn't do their best, they didn't put in their effort, is LeBron going to be excited? Are they going to be like, oh, wow, yeah. Like, they walk off the court.
Yeah.
Like, dang, like, I didn't do my best. Who's excited? Who's happy that they didn't do their best? And on top of that, people already know you didn't do your best. And so was I supposed to be happy when people were like tweeting, you don't deserve to be on this team? Like, am I supposed to be like, wow, thank you?
Oh my God.
Yeah. Also, like, nobody looks at male athletes and says, well, why aren't you smiling all the time?
Yeah.
Give me a break.
Wait, everybody, wait. Okay, I'm about to cry. Oh. I just need a moment. So y'all hate for, like, I don't know how to feel about this because they are people, right? They are people. So we want them to, have human emotions, right? Also, they are athletes, so we kind of expect them to not pay attention to the shit that we got going on the internet, to be in their own bubble, to, not be paying attention to what, we're saying on Twitter. But again, we got to remember they're human, and especially like the gymnasts, they're young. So of course they see the shit, that the discourse that we're talking about on Twitter and on Reddit and on Tumblr and on Instagram and on Facebook and so on and so forth. And it really affects them. And the reason why Gabby Douglas was not smiling or was not happy in 2016 is because while we all on the outside who are fans of hers are looking at her performances and are like, what the fuck are the judges doing? This girl is like slaying the house down. But she's looking at it like, damn, I'm fucking up. And damn, they're telling me that Makayla Skinner should have been on the team over me. Oh my God. Oh my God, you guys. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. That's so sad. That is so heartbreaking. Oh my gosh. We would never do that to Simone. We would never do that to Dominique Dawes. Hell, we would never do that to Nastia. We would never do that to Ali Raceman. We would never do that to Lori Hernandez. Why our first black queen, our first black girl who won the 2012 Olympic Games and who continued on to 2016 and would have qualified in the all-around under any other circumstances, why do we make her feel like her career was a failure? Oh my gosh. Whew. Let's continue.
Honestly, very, very unfair.
Mm-hmm. It's also such a human response, and also, like, you know, you don't owe anybody a smile.
Yeah, my sister's like, you wear your emotions on your face.
I'm so sorry. They do it to Simone, but because Simone wins, they can only do it so much, right? They can challenge her decisions, but they can't challenge her gymnastics greatness. What Gabby is saying, what my interpretation of Gabby is saying is that exactly, Oscar, that's what we're talking about at this point. What my interpretation of what Gabby is saying is she feels like because she did not do well in 2016, her whole gymnastics career was a failure. Like, yay, she won 2012, but because she did not come back in 2016 and win, her whole entire gymnastics career is a failure. Like, for Simone, they challenged her decision in 2021, but they still welcomed her back to this team with open arms because they can't deny her gymnastics greatness. If that makes sense to anybody else. Let's continue.
Face.
Me too.
And on TV, you have to put on a show, basically, and be an actress and say, this isn't phasing me.
Yeah.
But it is.
So I want to ask you about what it was like to be this enormous star and then kind of step away from the spotlight and then come back. What did you learn in that time? How did your perspective change on this sport and your accomplishments?
It has changed so much, and I definitely feel like stepping back, and I stepped back from so many things. I stepped back from social media, from gymnastics, just to heal myself and also my body, because it took a lot out of me.
Yeah.
And so just kind of stepping back and doing other things that gymnastics was very healing for me. Like, I learned how to cook. I learned I like skateboarding, hiking. I played the guitar. So I just realized so many different things that I love to do was very healing and therapeutic for me, because I was so obsessed with gymnastics and driven. Like, that's the gymnastics mindset, was to always be better. Like, if you have an Olympic title, why not 2? If you have 2, why not 3? And it can kind of be a little bit toxic because you're always trying to outdo yourself, and it teaches you.
Wow, she just admitted what I just thought her interpretation was, that yes, her gymnastics career is, if you have the Olympic title, you're supposed to come back and win another one. You're supposed to always defend. I don't know how she felt like she was going to beat Simone. I don't know how, especially in 2016, Simone. I don't know. I don't know. Do I think a 2016 Gabby could have figured out a bars construction that would have challenged Simone under this code? Yes, but under 2016? No. I just, even under this code, it's going to be hard if Simone ever gets masters that Yurchenko double pipe. It's over for everybody. Like, hell, even if Simone does her damn bows one vault, it's over for everybody. Like, I just, I'm really sad that this is her mindset, and I'm really sad that the Gym Internet helped to fuel her anxiety with her performances. Let's continue. Oh, exactly. Without Leanne Child, like, even now with Valeria, I think Valeria is a better coach than Christian was, and can construct a bar routine for Gabby. But even now, the other 3 events with Valeria is a wash. Like, okay. Okay, let's play.
You not to be satisfied, not to really dwell on that, but to be like, how can I up this? And so I wish I could have enjoyed it more. I wish I could have enjoyed the opportunities a little bit more in that space, if that makes sense.
So in recent years, we've seen all these major athletes like, Naomi Osaka, Serena Williams, Simone Biles, really prioritizing their mental health. And it triggered this really important conversation about mental health in sports. Do you think the world has shifted to become more accepting and embracing of this?
Yes. I honestly love that a lot of people were like mental health, like shying away from mental health. And
do y'all think Gabby purposely asked the New York Times not to bring up Simone? Because clearly this mental health conversation started with Simone. So do y'all think Gabby asked the New York Times purposely not to bring up Simone? Is that tea? Is that the tea? Because they didn't bring up Simone Biles' names not one time in this interview. Gabby, come on the show. I won't talk about Simone, girl. It will be all about you. I promise. Simone, come on the show. I will not ask you not one question about Gabrielle Douglas. Come on the show. But they brought up the mental health issue, but I don't know if they said Simone's name, John. I'm not sure. Maybe I overheard it. I'm not sure. Let's rewind. God made a rewind button for a reason.
Mental health in sports. So in recent years, we've seen all these major athletes like, Naomi Osaka, Serena Williams, Simone Biles, really prioritizing their mental health. And it triggered this really important conversation about mental health in sports. Do you think the world has shifted to become more accepting and embracing of this?
Yes. I honestly love that a lot of people were like mental health, like shying away from mental health. And now I feel like that wall is being broken down because everyone more or less goes through something in their life where it's a bit traumatic.
Yeah.
And gymnastics shies away from feelings and emotion and, oh, you're hurting, suck it up and be that actress. Nothing's hurting. So I love this generation where we can be open, we can be real, we can be honest and say, no, that hurt. Instead of being like, no, I'm good. Let's sweep it under the rug. Yeah. And I've worked with so many companies and they're all like, yeah, let's talk more about mental health. So I love that we're all being open and putting everything on the table.
Yeah. How has competitive gymnastics affected your mental health?
A lot. It's definitely affected my mental health.
Yeah.
Throughout my entire journey.
And is it related to that thing you were mentioning earlier, that sort of mindset of it's never enough?
Yeah. It's gotten a little bit better, but in that time, it was very, very like, you need to win, basically. And success, like I said, is an amazing thing. But at the end of the day, we're also humans and we do make mistakes and mistakes are going to happen. And so I especially thought, like, if I don't have this, if I don't make this team, if I don't have this medal, I am nothing. And there were so many girls like myself, you just cry and you just consider yourself garbage because it's all about we need this and we need that title and we need that. And so when you don't get it, you're not taught like you're more than that. You're fine. So that's very damaging and you're kind of treated like, let's just kind of throw you away a little bit.
Yeah. So you're 27,
yes,
which is you are a bona fide young person in the world. But in the world of gymnastics, 27
it's old.
Can be old. Yeah. So
yes,
how do you think about age in this sport?
I think when you have the mindset of I can do anything I set my mind to, nothing's impossible. I think when you limit yourself, you're limiting your ability.
Pause.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, everybody. Thank you all for tuning in. Now we have a lot of viewers now. But I just want to ask, is 27 really old in this sport of gymnastics now? Or is it like around middle of the road now? Like, because if we're going to be honest, a lot of girls she competed with in 2012 are still around. A lot of the girls she competed with in 2011 are still around. Is it all? Or is it even? I think Asia out of the sport of gymnastics in other countries outside of America. In America, I think it's about 25, 26. In other countries, I think it's about 31, 32 now. That's dope. That's dope as fuck. If we're going to talk about 27 being old, then what about you? I mean, but if we're going to be honest about Chuso is definitely on the bottom half of the mountain of her career. Chuso is definitely on the bottom half of the mountain of her career. If she says she's going to retire after this Olympic Games, I 1,000% would believe her this time. I think she meant for the U.S. I mean, Gabby is only a year older than Simone, right? Simone is what, 26? Gabby's 27. It's not aging out anymore. It's more like breaking into the top in America. Correct. And it's also about, if we're going to be honest, the thing about Simone or Gabby, they never tore their ACL. They never broke their, what's the other one that everybody, their Achilles. They never ripped, they never had like really major shoulder issues. Like they never had any injuries that really has honestly, if you can do gymnastics and remain injury free, I could see it for anybody. Oh, so Gabby's 2 years older than Simone. So Simone's 25 and Gabby is 27. Okay. That makes sense. Yeah, trying the damn arm in arm. That's what limited her tumbling. Yes. Oh yeah, that's right. When Simone had to do the easiest version of that bird routine for like a couple of years. But it all worked out in the end. But what I'm saying is they never had injuries that completely like took them out for like long periods of time. Okay, so Gabby is something like a year and 6 months older than Simone or something like that. Okay, let's continue. I love you, friend Oscar. Oscar is the official fact checker.
You have to push yourself and essentially put yourself through hell in order to reach great heights.
Yeah. So with that in mind, how does it feel to be training again?
It feels amazing. It's pros and cons. Like today, I was like, man, I'm tired, but we got to push through this. Like I forgot you have to do it when you're tired because that's how you build up stamina, endurance, and muscle. Mm-hmm. And I love it. I just missed hearing the equipment, flying through the air, connecting these different types of moves. And I love doing tuck full. That's considered to be one of my signature moves. And so I was like, man, I really miss being solid on this. And so like getting back into it. Yeah. Very, very fun.
How many competitions do you need to participate in?
So ideally you go 4 competitions. So it goes classics, championships, Olympic trials, then you make it on the Olympic team. Mm-hmm. It's honestly just being very, very consistent and just showing that you are ready to represent USA in any way.
Okay, what do you think is next for you after 2024, after the 2024 Olympics?
A vacation.
Where do you want to go?
I want to go to the Maldives, either Santorini, Greece, or the Maldives.
Wow, those both sound really nice. Gabby, this has been such a fascinating conversation, learning more about how you've helped to shape the world of gymnastics. But now we actually want to learn a little bit more about your everyday life and the things that shape you. So I'm going to ask you a few lighthearted, rapid-fire questions, and you just answer with the first thing that comes to your mind. And we call this segment The Last Time.
I love that.
Okay. So when is the last time you danced on stage?
2021.
When is the last time you were starstruck?
The last time I was starstruck was in 2012, and I met the whole cast of Vampire Diaries.
Wow. Oh my gosh. When's the last time you made a meal that you love?
That would have to be 2020. I think I made like a pasta dish.
When's the last time you injured yourself?
The last time I seriously injured myself would have to be 2015, and that's when I broke a significant part of my knee.
Yikes.
Before World Championships.
Yeah, it sounds bad.
That one was hard. Yeah, that one was a little bit tough.
When's the last time you went to a party?
The last time I went to a party, it was last year, and it was a Halloween party.
Did you have a costume?
I did.
What was it?
I was a dark angel.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Well, listen, Gabby, I so appreciate you making time to speak with us. This was super interesting. I learned so much talking to you, and I really appreciate you making the time.
Thank you so much.
Okay, everybody. Okay, I have so many opinions. That was really wonderful, and I'm so glad that we've got to hear Gabrielle Douglas speak about her gymnastics, because she's very, tight-lipped with doing those interviews, baby. It's hard to get Gabrielle Douglas to talk about gymnastics in 2023. Okay. With that being said, I think I've learned so much. I think I really learned how badly 2016 affected that girl, and how much social media and stuff really affects her, and why she's so tight-lipped now, and why she doesn't do social media and interviews and stuff anymore, because that stuff really gets to her or whatever, especially when people question her gymnastics abilities. And that's just something that even to this day, yes, Mama didn't have the best ring leap in the world, but other than the ring leap, what else can anybody say about Gabrielle's gymnastics? It's really, really tough for me as a Gabrielle Douglas fan, and somebody who is, not that fond of, I love Makayla Skinner, but, she says and does some really questionable things. It really, really, really bothers me, because I feel like, yes, Makayla has the right to feel the way she feels. And that's the one thing that I keep getting every time I bring this up is, Makayla, you can't tell Makayla how to feel the way she feels. We get that. I'm not trying to tell Makayla Skinner she shouldn't feel the way that she feels, but to project that onto Gabrielle Douglas specifically, not on the people who picked the team, not on other athletes who made the team over her, it feels kind of It feels kind of What the is, I don't know. I'm not trying to say nothing, but it just, as somebody who fits into a lot of minority group boxes, it just feels like it is. Like, why are you putting all that hatred towards this one girl when, Makayla, you finished ahead of Madison Coaching too? And Madison Coaching only did one event, so you saying that you would have qualified over the team over Madison Coaching just makes more sense. It's still wrong, but it just makes more sense. And Gabrielle, you did not do bad in 2016. Did you do bad at the Olympic trials in 2016? Well, but did you hit the one piece of gymnastics that you need to hit all 4 days to make you qualify through to the Olympic team? Yes, you played the game. It was a game. I don't. Yes, John. Yes, to this day. Yes. Yes. Totally. Yes. John, it got so bad that Makayla Skinner actually made a post of the Olympic team and she cropped Gabby Douglas out and put herself on. Like, yes. Like, yes. Like, to this day, they still disrespect Gabrielle Douglas over this. And so do the Makayla Skinner fans. Google it, John. It's on Google. It's on Google. Google it. If Oscar send it to me, I'll put it up. But other than that, Google it. It's up. It's everywhere. Google when Makayla Skinner's team on what was that reality show that they had before 2021? Was it the Finding Gravity? No, it was Golden. Google how when Makayla Skinner team was like, and we still feel like Makayla should have been on the 2016 team over certain people who got privileges just because they was at a previous Olympics and won the Olympic Games or something like that. Like, they're real disrespectful to my sis, Gabrielle Douglas. Somebody said on Twitter that Gabrielle is the only gymnast ever to improve after Marta's death camps between trials and Rio. Always. Like, when Makayla Skinner cropped her face over Gabrielle's for the Olympic team in 2016. Let me see if I could Google it real quick. If somebody finds it, or I'll post it on Twitter if I can find it again. Yes, Skinner apologized, but then her team keeps going back at her. Like, still to this day, Makayla Skinner will make slick comments like, and I still feel like I should have made the 2016 Olympic team over other people. Who are these other people? You only put the heat towards one person. It's always at Gabrielle Douglas. Now, if your energy was at Marta for picking the team that she picked, it would be completely understandable. If your energy was at USA Gymnastics for picking the team that they picked, it would be completely understandable. If your energy was at, John said, I sent it to you on Twitter, okay. Okay, I'm going to play it real quick. And this is why every time, it makes me mad. Make sure I'm not on camera because I'm not camera ready. Y'all ready? It just feel kind of is. It just feel kind of is. out of everybody who made this Olympic team over her, it just feel kind of ist. Whatever ist that y'all want to put in front of that ist, that's up to you. But it feel kind of ist to me. And it's just very disappointing that I mean, again, she didn't do bad. She didn't do bad. I agree. It does look like one of those next top model edits. But why edit over the reigning Olympic champion? Like, why not have respect for Gabrielle? I got Popeyes versus Roman Roosters. Roman Roosters. Why be so disrespectful to Gabrielle Douglas when it was never between you and her? It was always between you and a specialist, because you are a specialist, Makayla Skinner. Makayla Skinner team. That girl will forever. I don't think Gabrielle should be. I don't think nobody should be. Look, okay. I don't think nobody should be throwing Arminars anymore. Unless your name is Simone Biles, maybe Rebecca Andrade on a good day. It's just not worth it for most people. Most people do better your Chinko doubles, right? Even for somebody like Charlize. Do I think an Arminar is worth it for Charlize? No. Do I think an Arminar is worth it for Gabby? No. Now, if Gabby could learn a chunk, and if Charlize could learn a chunk, now we have something to talk about. But do I feel like why isn't Makayla Skinner mad at Reagan Smith that Reagan Smith was the traveling alternate and not her? Do I think Gabby can challenge for the all around? I'm not 1000% sure, but does that seem like that's her goal? Yes. I don't do. Charlize is Charlize. Charlize, our baby Charlize Jones. That mama's in her prime right now. I don't know. Charlize is just a vault and learning some dance skills away from challenging Simone. I don't know if Gabby can come through. Like, again, I put the bar routine together. I think Gabby would have to do. I'm telling you, Charlize's mothering, I just don't know. Now, do I doubt that is Gabrielle Douglas one of the greatest gymnastics talents that USA Gymnastics has ever produced ever in life? Yes. If she was with Leanne Chow again, I would feel better because I believe that Leanne just understands her, just like he just understood Shawn Johnson's gymnastics. He just understands Gabrielle Douglas gymnastics. He can just see Gabrielle and put routines together that can do what it do. I don't know if Valerie can do that for her. My only hope is Valerie was able to do it for Nastia in 2018, and Gabrielle's body coming into this go round is more that body type. So maybe Leanne was better for her when she was younger. But Gabby would have to, if she, okay, because there is damn Simone, it's not damn Simone Biles, but Simone is not just the only person that's in her way of winning another Olympic championship. We also have this beast named Rebecca Andrade. And I love Gabrielle down, but that's another one that I just don't see what Gabby can do to keep up with Rebecca. And I don't see how Rebecca can keep up with Simone. So y'all see, so then, okay, so the first challenger is Charlize. Before she even gets to the top three, before Gabby even gets to the top three, you guys, I don't think anyone can hit a 58 but Simone, and probably Rebecca, but doubt it. Exactly. And before Gabby even gets to up there with Charlize, Rebecca, Simone, Jessica Gadarova, all of them girls, right? I got to see Gabrielle putting together routines that's going to beat Sky Blakely and Leanne Wan and Makayla DeSello and Jordan Childs. Because, you know, these are also hurdles to her making it through to fighting the big three, right? Now, I got to see her beating these girls, right? And I just don't know. I think Gabby could keep up. If she could get her DTY back, I think Gabby could keep up with that group of girls on vault, right? Maybe not Jordan. Maybe not Makayla DeSello. Maybe not Leanne Wan. Maybe not Sky Blakely if she's throwing her chon next year. But I feel like she could keep up. That and with the Sunni debate, that was under a different code of points, Mr. John. I think Sunni is going to struggle very hard with this code of points, not being able to do all the things she was able to do under the last code of points. But I will also add Sunni Lee to the list since we keep putting this, because that is another challenger that I boo Gabrielle Douglas. Because let's be honest, we've seen Sunni Lee do NCAA gymnastics for the last 2 years, right? So even though Sunni has her kidney issue, it's not within the realm of belief to see that where Sunni can upgrade. Whereas we have to completely create routines from Gabrielle from scratch, which is I don't know. So for Gabrielle to make the 2024 Olympic team, she has to be able to vault is a wash. I think she can outvault Sunni. Is Sky doing her DTY? I think she can outvault Sky. She can't outvault Jordan. She can't outvault Makayla, and she can't outvault Leanne. But then we go to uneven bars. And we done seen Healy turns. And we done seen lean turns. But we haven't seen no release moves. We haven't seen no dismounting. We haven't seen no in-bar skills. So realistically, I don't know. I think she still is better than other than Sunisa Lee. I think other than Sunisa, and still, if we're gonna be honest, under this code of points, all of the release moves that Sunisa Lee was doing last quad, she couldn't do them because of the root skill element things, and like she would have to find different ways to connect things, and so, and they downgraded most of the release moves that she was doing last year. The Beaver was a G, now it's an F. Her Pipe Jaeger was an E, now it's a D. I think Gabby can put a routine that has a higher start value than Sunisa Lee. Ooh, don't throw tomatoes at me, children. I'm saying that's what I believe, girl. Don't throw children. So stop throwing tomatoes at me, girl. I know y'all love Sunisa Lee. Stop. But I do believe Gabrielle can put together a bar routine with a higher start value than Sunisa Lee. Do I think that bar routine will score higher than Suni? So, Bean. Sorry, I forgot Kalia Lincoln is in the conversation too. I think Gabby can outvault Kalia. I think Gabby can out uneven bars Kalia. Now we come to Bean. I don't know what Gabby gonna do to switch Suni on Bean. I don't know what Gabby gonna do with Suni when it comes to Bean. I don't know what Gabby gonna do with Sky Blakely when it comes to Bean. Yes, I think. Oh, I forgot Sky on uneven bars too. If Sky's doing every upgrade that I think she's capable of doing, I think Sky could be third out of that group of girls on uneven bars behind. I think Gabby is 1, Suni is 2, Sky is 3. We're moving on. Damn, I gotta add Jade Carey to this damn group of girls too. I'm so sorry. I gotta start back. Is Gabby out beating Jade Carey on vault? Hell no. Hell no. Is Gabby gonna beat Jade Carey on uneven bars? Gabby is gonna stump ahead. We're not talking about Charlize Jones right now, Oscar. Charlize is in the top tier of girls. These are all the girls that Gabby has to get through before she even look at the monster of Charlize Jones. And then when she challenges the monster, look at it as Mortal Kombat, right? We're not talking about Charlize Jones. We're talking about Sky Blakely. We're talking about Sky Blakely. We're not talking about Charlize Jones. Take Charlize Jones out this equation. Charlize Jones is up there on the monster walls of final finishers, right? Charlize Jones is the third monster before she has to get through Rebecca Andrade. And she got to get through Rebecca Andrade before she gets to Simone Biles. We haven't gotten to that part in the game yet. We are still at the part of the regular people she got to get through. Because I think she can beat Lexi's Ice. No offense, Lexi's Ice. I look forward to seeing you at LSU. I think Gabby Douglas can beat Addison Fader Cheese. I think Gabby Douglas can beat Caitlin Young. Like all of those girls, we've had to put. We're not at Jessica Gadarova yet, Oscar. We're not there yet. We're not there yet. We're still at the Americans. And what I'm saying to my friends is that I do not feel like our good sister, Gabrielle V. Douglas, is going to beat Jay Carey on vault. I feel like she possibly could be the top uneven bar girls out of that group. I feel like Gabby probably could be like the third best vaulter in that group of people, depending on if Jordan Childs and Sky Blakely have chunks by next year. On balance beam, I think Gabby could possibly be the fourth to third best beam worker in that group of girls. Behind Sunisa Lee, behind Sky Blakely, behind Kalia Lincoln. Here comes Gabby Douglas, then Jordan Childs, then Jay Carey, so on and so forth. Then we come to the biggest hurdle of it all, right? She was in the running all for 3 events, right? Then we come to floor exercise. Well, I have no idea what in God's green earth our sister has planned for floor. I have no idea what she can do to keep up with this current code of points on floor, because doing 2 E tumbling passes and 2 D tumbling passes is nowhere near good enough under this code of points. She needs to have at least a G tumbling pass, which we have never seen Gabrielle Douglas do a G tumbling pass. She needs to also have an F tumbling pass, which we have never seen. Never seen Gabrielle Douglas do an F tumbling pass. And then she needs to have a tumbling pass where she do a front skill through to a back skill and still gets 0.2 tenths of a point bonus. And she needs to learn how to do a triple wolf turn. She needs to get her memo turn and her double L turn together. I don't know. I'm only counting 3 tumbling passes right here, John. Now, just in that tier of girls, Gabby doesn't beat Suni. Gabby doesn't beat Jordan. Gabby doesn't beat Sky Blakely. Gabby Hayes, Kayla DeCello, and Leanne Wong. So, what does Gabby Gymnastics has to do to surpass that group of girls to even be putting her name into the running to challenge the likes of Jessica Gadarova, Charlize Jones, Rebecca Andrade? Because she has to be able to beat those 3 girls in order to sit up there and challenge Simone Biles, right? If Gabrielle Douglas whips out a Chusavitna and a double layout, she would have to do some kind of CE front full layout through to a triple twist, or a front full layout through to a full in, or something to that extent, to be able to. Because if you don't think Jordan Child's going to throw everything she got this year, you're crazy. If you don't think you think Jay Carey looks sloppy this year, cool. You don't think Jay Carey's going to look in shape and ready to go next year, you're crazy. If you don't think Leanne Wong is going to be ready to go to the Olympics after making the World Championships for 3 years in a row this year, you're crazy. If you don't think this little Pan American Games done put some fire under Kayla DeCello ass, you're crazy. So, I don't know. If you don't think Sky Blakely is tired of looking like a failure and is now in the Gabrielle Douglas place and is like, fuck Gabby, she ain't gonna take my spot, you're crazy. That gets her, that's just fulfilling a requirement that gets her nothing. That's why people that they just use that pass to learn, but because Gabby is coming back in 2024, she don't have time to use passes to learn. She has to be able to do, like Charlize was doing a front through to a double tuck, which she eventually upgraded this year through a front layout full through to a double tuck, which next year I'm pretty sure Charlize's her tumbling passes are going to be a double layout front full through to a full in. Whip, triple jump, 1.5 through to a double Arabian, full in. Is that hard enough in this code of points for an American? I'm not saying for a Brazilian. I'm not saying for a GB member. I'm not saying for the Italians. I'm saying for the U.S. Olympic team to make a floor lineup, to consider yourself an all-arounder. Oscar, your plan. Oscar, I was with you when you was talking about these tumbling passes, but these leaps and these spins, like, no. So what happens when they downgrade her Mustafina? What do they credit her memo as? Like, no. I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. I'm just joking, Oscar. I'm just joking, friend. I'm just joking. I don't know. I don't know what Gabrielle gonna do. Oh, and Mitchell. Oh, okay. A Mustafina and a I mean, if it was possible, yay, but woo. And again, I ask, is that hard enough? Because if you don't think those girls are not going to throw Mitchell's next year, if you don't think those girls so let's just say, hypothetically, of course, Gabrielle can clear that group of girls. Gabrielle can clear Jordan, can clear Jay, can clear Sky, can clear Jocelyn Roberson, can clear Leanne Wan, can clear Kayla DeCello. She's just washing them girls, man. Let's just say Gabrielle Douglas is washing them girls next year, right? Then we have the big girls. A triple wolf term. Then we have the big tier girls, right? What Gabrielle Douglas gonna do to Charlize Jones? What Gabrielle Douglas gonna do against Jessica Gadarova? What Gabrielle Douglas gonna do against Rebecca Andrade? What Gabrielle Douglas gonna do on Melanie De Jesus if she's hitting on a good day? Because those are all the group of girls she has to get through next to get through to the grand dame of it all, which is Simone Biles. And if I thought she was going to struggle with the first group of girls, I just don't know. Because right now, we talking about chongs. We talking about 6.5s on bars. We're talking about 6.3s on beams. We're talking about you definitely have to do 2 G tumbler passes on floor. John, stop. We saw what Melanie can do in team finals. Stop it. If Melanie was to ever do what she did in team finals in the all-around competition, who's going to stop that girl? Not Rebecca Andrade. Who's going to stop that girl? Let's keep it cute. Well, I mean, I think Rebecca probably could beat her still because Rebecca has a charm. But still, it would be very close. It would be close. Now, I seen somewhere that Gabby said one time that she's learning a new vault, right? So Arminar would not be a new vault. Could it be possible that Gabby is working her way up to Chongville? John said if Dawes wouldn't have fallen in 96, Gabby wouldn't have been. Man, we all know that. We all know that, John, but we're talking about Gabby. We're not talking about Dominique. We're not talking about mother. We're talking about daughter. We're talking about Dominique's daughters. Her oldest daughter, Gabby. Because her youngest daughter, Simone, we don't see her, nobody, touching that girl no time soon. So, I think if Gabby could do a chung, her chung would be beautiful. So we're just going to throw that into the air. If Gabby learned a Rudy, that would help. That would help a lot. So Gabby's going to have to come through with a chung or a Rudy to make it make sense, in my opinion. Now we're going to go to uneven bars. to challenge them, she's going to have to come through with a 6-7 bar routine. She's going to have to come through with a 6-7 bar routine or higher. And there's just no other way. Oh, that's funny, John. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Man, if y'all not in the comment section with these people in the comment section, y'all are missing out on half the fun of the show. The comments is the only reason why we're still going on right now. So, I think Gabby could beat everybody on uneven bars again. But it's just, whoo. And then we have our monster, Charlize Jones, who probably is like, no, ma'am, not I. I would not be slayed down, the house down, boots on up. And then we go to Beam. And then that's where it all is all a wash. Because I don't know what Gabby can do to keep up with this group of girls on Beams. And then we go to Floor, which is, again, is a wash because I don't know what Gabby gonna do with Rebecca Andrade on Floor. I don't know what Gabby gonna do with Rebecca Andrade on Balance Beam. I don't know what Gabrielle Douglas gonna do with Jessica Gadarova on Floor. She probably could beat her on Beam, but on Floor, I don't know. I don't know. Even Charlize beamed routine her ass off at this World Championship. Oh, I do not know. Okay. Something is telling me Charlize is saving these upgrades for Gabby. Something is telling me if Gabby was here this year, we would have seen every one of those upgrades. Something is telling me Charlize is saving those upgrades for Gabby specifically. So let's just say for some miracle that Gabby can beat all of those girls, right? She's ahead of Rebecca Andrade. She 2 per country Charlize out of the all around. She's ahead of Jessica Gadarova, right? What Gabby gonna do with Simone, right? Like, let's just be realistic. Like, what Gabby gonna do against Simone? Yeah, she's gonna beat Simone on bars. That's it. Like, what Gabby gonna do against Simone, right? Like, can she challenge Simone on Beam? Maybe. Could she catch Simone on Beam? Wait, for real? Wait, somebody send this to me. Somebody send this to me. Somebody send this to me now. Because didn't Charlize and Gabby train together for when Charlize was a junior at Christian over there? Oh, okay. Okay, John. Ooh, because Charlize, you was about to get put on my shit list too, girl. You was about to get red, girl. I'm just okay. No, I wouldn't have red Charlize. That's funny. That is funny. So let's just say Simone goes out there and throws her your Chinko double pipe. Not Yevgeny. What's the man's name? Her coach isn't standing on the mat and she sits that thing perfectly. Even if Gabby has a chung, what Gabby gonna do? Let's go to bars. Yeah, Gabby's gonna beat her on bars, but she's still gonna be in second place because Laurent, there we go. What she's gonna do, she's still gonna be on second place with that score that your Chinko double pipe get. Then we go to balance beam. I know Gabby can do great on beam, but what Gabby gonna do against Simone on balance beam? Even if Gabby has a lower start value, what Gabby going to do against Simone on balance beam? Then we're going to go to floor. It's not just what Gabby going to do against Simone. It's a wash. It's done. Simone kills her on floor. So, I mean, even if Gabby puts together her 6-4 routine, I think Simone still has more to give on her beam routine. Simone is going to wash. It's going to be washed. It's going to be a wash. I do think there's a realistic chance I think there is a realistic chance that Gabby could medal. I think there's a chance that Gabby might be able to super country Charlize. Small, minute, but a chance. But do I think Gabby has a chance of just making the team? Period. Yes. If I was Valeri, I would tell Gabby to be a bars and beam specialist. I would not have Gabby vaulting. I would not have Gabby doing floor. I would have her just sit up there and do bars and beams so Jay or Jocelyn or Jordan or Kalia could just vault and floor. Which they shouldn't have scored. Ali should have scored way less than Gabby on beam, but now, again, it's been many years since we've seen Gabby compete. Gabby could be a completely new gymnast. She's a lot. When I say bigger, I don't mean like heavier or like fatter. I mean like she looks a lot stronger. She looks a lot bigger. Maybe Gabby has a charm. Maybe Gabby can do a double-double and a full twist and double layout. And maybe she does have that 2/10 of a point C through to a D or C through an E connections tumbling pass. Maybe Gabby does have a triple wolf turn. Maybe Gabby does have a Mustafila. Or maybe Valeri has fixed her memo turn. I don't know. Maybe Gabby's double L turn would get credited for once. I don't know. Gabby was underscored. Ali was overscored. That's why Ali made it to the all-around over Gabby. Point blank, period. Argue with your mother. And with that being said, we are coming up to that hour and 30-minute mark. That's where I like to keep the shows at. This was a true podcast because it was all audio. Thank you all for listening. Please go back and listen to the original video on the New York Times podcast thing. Or I will post the original link in the description on the video. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. I love you all so very much. No, thank you all for listening to this with me. You know, when the fallout with WLG happened, I wasn't sure if people was going to continue to follow me or whatever, but I'm just happy that I know I haven't never made the audience make a choice between us or them, and I love you all so much, and thank you all for the continuing support. Thank you all for liking and sharing. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. Happy Memorial Day. Happy birthday, Zoe Miller. I can't wait to see you at LSU, but hopefully it won't be for another couple of years because you have some Olympics to get to. I love you all so. Oh, yes, Tiana and Nola Matthews are going to UCLA. That's so great for them. You know, UCLA should still be strong for a couple of more years to go. But now it's kind of going to be a pipeline between the WCC girls to UCLA. But that's for another conversation. I love you all so much, and I'll see you guys in the next episode of Makayla Loves Gymnastics, the podcast. Or Gymnastics for Everybody, the podcast.